Anyone else sometimes feel like a kid who's just been thrown into adulthood? Hey you guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyla. I'm so excited to have you here. And in today's video, I'm gonna share with you guys some tips on how I schedule my week and my month and basically just my life, getting my life together. I hope some of these tips will help you. And it's the start of the new month. We're into May. I can't believe April went by so fast, but maybe some things that I share on this video will help you prepare your month so you can be the most successful and productive as possible. So if that is something you are interested in watching, then just keep watching. I also want to make a disclaimer about the lighting in this video. The weather outside, it is so gloomy and it's rainy, so I'm having to do what I can with the lights I have in my house to create this lighting that you see. I know it is not the prettiest. I apologize. Mother Nature was not on my side today.
I failed you.
So really quick, before diving into all those tips and tricks and all that good stuff, I want to give you guys an idea of what my life looks like right now. So here's the deets. Here's what's going down. Really, my life can be split into three main sections. I've got my work, and for those of you who don't know, I work from home on my computer. I'm working on building my YouTube channel, which I absolutely love. I love getting on here and hanging out with you guys, especially on a gloomy day like this. But I love doing that. I'm working on building my affiliate marketing business, and I've got a few other things in the works, but that's what I mainly do for my work. And then that next big area of my life is my ballroom dancing. And yes, I am a professional ballroom dancer. I know that's crazy. And some of you watching right now may be like, wait, she's what? Yes, I'm a professional ballroom dancer. I've been dancing my entire life. I absolutely love it. And so most of my evenings are spent practicing with my dance partner, and that takes up a pretty big chunk of my life. And then that third area of my life is spending time with my amazing husband. But that's kind of what my life looks like. And even though your life may look completely different from mine, that's okay. I think the tips that I'm sharing in this video can help you get your life together, help you schedule your week so you're more productive and can focus on the things that actually make you happy. And I'm gonna be super real with you guys. For the longest time in my life, I felt like I was in pure survival mode. As I was going into college, and even right after I graduated college, I was in survival mode and I was not thriving in any way, and it was pretty miserable.
What am I supposed, how am I gonna, I can't even, there's nothing left for me.
I need you to calm down.
No, I can't.
Anyone else sometimes feel like a kid who's just been thrown into adulthood, and now you have to plan and take control of every single aspect of your life? It could sometimes be a lot. Anyone else feel like that? I'm ready to start thriving and actually enjoy my life, which is huge, and it wasn't something I was doing before. And so I feel like there's a lot of habits I've started to implement, and I've created an awesome schedule that have helped me get out of that survival mode. And so if you're ready to stop surviving and you're ready to start thriving, then this video is really gonna help you out. Come on, let's do this together. I'm gonna be splitting this video up into three different sections. So I'm going to be talking about what I do on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly to set myself up for success so I'm the most productive, I can focus on my mental health, and actually be thriving and not surviving. So when it comes to my daily routine, the first tip that I have for you, and the thing that I do all the time, is I understand what I need to get done the night before. So there's nothing worse to me than waking up in the morning and going, what do I need to do today? I feel like that's such a bad way to get your day started, because now you're already behind the ball. Now you're trying to get your life together, you're trying to figure out what you want to do, and if there's a lot of stuff you have to do, I feel like that can overwhelm you pretty easily in the morning. So taking some time the night before to understand what you want to get done the next day. And that leads me on to my next tip, which is have three main priorities that you set for yourself to get done each day. And I am someone who loves to-do lists. I love making lists. I can make lists for miles and miles and miles, but I often found myself just trying to make myself busy and not necessarily productive. And the last tip I have for you guys when it comes to your daily routine is to be flexible. And this principle was really hit home to me by my dance coach. And no, I'm not talking about being flexible and bendy within your body.
They may have the appearance of riches.
I'm talking about being flexible within your schedule. A couple years back, my coach, he approached my dance partner and I, and he was like, okay, you guys, you need a schedule, because my dance partner and I, we'd set time to practice. We'd show up to practice and be like, so what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? And it was this endless cycle, and we were so unproductive when we got to practice. So my coach was like, okay, first you guys have got to set a schedule. And so he helped us learn how to write a practice plan for our dance practices. But the beauty of the practice plan that he taught us to write was that it was flexible. So we'd split our practice time into 15-minute blocks. So if we were planning to practice for 2 hours, we'd take that 2 hours and split it all into 15-minute blocks. And then within each 15-minute block, we'd write down what we were going to work on in that time. Now, the great thing about this schedule though is if we ended up going over, so let's say we said something that we were going to work on for 15 minutes, but it ended up taking us 30 minutes, then whatever we were wanting to work on in that 15-minute block that we went over onto, we could either move it down into another section of our practice schedule that day or move it to another day. And so it gave us this schedule that we could follow, and we knew what we were going to work on, but it also allowed us to be flexible. And I feel like sometimes if your schedule and your routine is too rigid, that can cause a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress, because if things take longer than you expect, nobody needs that in their life. So if you can have an idea of what you're wanting to get done, you have those 3 priorities, but you're also willing to be flexible, I think that's a great approach to taking to your daily life, and is something that I've also started to implement. Now let's talk about our week. Okay, you guys, this thing that I've started doing a couple months back has completely changed the way I approach my week, and I love it. So I learned this principle from Catherine Manning. She's an incredible YouTuber. I love her. But one time she shared on one of her videos that every single day of her week has one major thing that she focuses on every single day. And I love that. And so I started to implement that into my own schedule. So I've got my notes right here, and so I can share with you guys. So on Monday is my filming day, and so all of my YouTube content that I need to get filmed, I film on Mondays. And if I need to do a little bit of editing, I do that, but mainly it's like filming and upload all that footage to my computer. That's what Mondays are. And so on Mondays, I can sit down and fully focus on filming, and it's awesome. And then Tuesdays and Wednesdays for me are huge editing days. Because I post 2 YouTube videos a week, it requires a lot of editing. So that includes, you know, making my thumbnails, getting my descriptions, all that good stuff. That's what I have set on Tuesday and Wednesdays. And then Thursday is typically like my catch-up day. So if there's any additional work that I need to do, and also I make Thursday my educational day. So I'm always trying to learn and grow and learn something new on Thursday. That's what I absolutely love to do. And then Friday is when I really work on my funnel business, and I work on my sales funnels and all that back-end stuff. That is what Fridays are reserved for. And then Saturday and Sunday, it typically switches off. Like I'll take off one of those days. Sometimes it's Sunday, sometimes I'll take Saturday off. And then the other day that I don't take off is, you know, reserved for random tasks and preparing for the week. But having one thing that I'm focusing on every single day really helps me plan and stay focused and productive instead of jumping all over the place throughout the day. And one last thing I want to share with you guys when it comes to planning your week out is this block schedule system by Jordan Page. If you don't know who Jordan Page is, she's a YouTuber and boss babe. She's a mom. She's got like 1 million kids, but she is a freaking rock star. And so she created this block schedule system that allows you to block out certain times during your day. Now, this probably could have gone more into like the daily planning, but I think it's applicable to your week. And I'm gonna be 100% honest. I am not doing this all the way. I think it is so cool, but I haven't really taken the time to block out my days like this. But this applies pretty directly with what I was talking about with my dance practice schedule. Essentially, with this system that Jordan has created, you block out certain times throughout the day and you have a theme for each of those blocks. So from this time to this time, that's your work block. So any tasks work related go into that time frame. And once that block is done, you're done working. And then the next block is lunch block. And that's what you're focusing on is lunch. And then the next block is your errands block. And so if you have a hair appointment, you want to get your nails done, you got to go to the dentist. I hate the dentist, but if you got to go to the dentist, that goes in that time block. So it helps you stay more efficient. And so this system, I think it's really cool. I'll link a video down in the description below if you guys want to go check it out. Jordan's on that video. She's describing this whole system, and I think she even has like a free PDF you can download, which is awesome. I have it. I love it. It's really cool. Now let's talk about how to set your month up for success. Now, the first thing that I do when going into a new month is I actually take some time to sit down and write down my successes from the past month. And I don't remember who I saw doing this, but when they shared it on social media, I thought that was the coolest idea. And essentially, when you get to the end of the year, you can look back on this notebook or journal and you can see all of the success you've had throughout the year. So that's what I do. So I got a notebook like this. I think I got this at like Staples. It was like $3 or $4. It was on sale. Super, like, just grab a notebook that you can write in. If we're in May, I do an April recap. And so I kind of write down, you know, how that month was for me. And then I write my like accomplishments. So I wrote down when I hit 6,000 followers and I actually hit 7,000 followers, like the next week. I hit 200 subscribers on YouTube, which I was so excited about. And I want to be able to look back and go, dang, this is what I accomplished. And I think that's a really cool thing to have, because so often, especially if you're running your own business, you're working from home, it's really easy to get caught up in all the things that you still have to work on and all the things that are going wrong and all the things you have to fix, right? There's always things that we can improve on and we're always wanting to grow and learn. But I think it's really valuable to write down your successes. So that's what I do. At the beginning of every month, I actually look at the previous month and write down all the things that went well. And also along those lines, thinking about the past month, is I will also do an assessment of where I'm at in my life. And so I believe I learned this from Tony Robbins, but if you guys can see here this wheel, I'm just giving you a look into my life right now. I have different categories of what each section in the wheel. So I've got work, family, friends, health, financial, personal growth, recreation, and romance. And so at the end of every month, what I'll do is I'll take an assessment of my life. So I'll draw the circle, I'll get all my colors because I've color coordinated it, and mark in how fulfilled I feel I am in that area. And basically this allows me to see how balanced my life is. Obviously you can see in March, my life wasn't really balanced. And the point is, like, if this was a wheel, would you be able to drive a car or whatever on this wheel? And so obviously right now in this month, my life wasn't really balanced, but I'm also a very visual person. And so if you're like me and you're visual and you need to see it, this is a great way to do that. And I feel like by assessing your life and where you're at every single month and taking the time to just be honest with yourself, that will help you set goals. So now you're not just setting these random goals every single month, or maybe you're not even setting goals every month. Then this helps you be more specific and it will actually help you move closer to what you want to achieve. And that leads me on to the next thing that I do every single month, which is set goals. And when I set my goals, I set goals in 3 main categories. So that first one is health, and I'll write down some goals for the month regarding health. That second, section is relationships, and what kind of goals can I set to improve my relationship with my husband and my friends and my family and my dance partner. And then that last one is wealth. And so typically that is my business and what kind of goals I have there. So I have health, wealth, and relationships. And those are kind of the 3 main categories that I use to set my goals underneath. And I'll make probably 1 or 2 goals for each because I don't want it to be too overwhelming, but I want them to be productive. That's what I do when it comes to setting goals for the month. So there you guys go. That's kind of how I schedule my days, my weeks, and my months, and kind of how I assess and get my life together and set my goals. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It helps support my channel so much. Thank you guys for spending your time here on this video with me. I love you. Hope you have an amazing day. Let me know down in the comments below if any of these tips helped you or stood out to you. I love to hear from you guys, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye, dudes.